one and all to another premium spirits review. We are here deep within Fortress G. We are here within the man cave of Tony G, and we're going to review something that Tony's been looking for a very long time. What do we have here, Tony?
This is the pinnacle of Irish whiskey, the very robust Midleton Very Rare 2019 edition. So wonderful.
Oh, boy.
I have dipped into this. I can't wait to get your thoughts.
Does this have an age statement to it?
There's a lot of information here to unfold.
Okay.
But it presents quite nicely.
Oh, that's
as
lovely.
You can see.
I'll let you get into the information as I assess the whiskey. Triple distilled, because that's Irish whiskey, I'm assuming.
Of course. Created in 1984 and released annually since then, Midleton Very Rare is one of the world's most exclusive and sought-after Irish whiskeys. Once a year, our master distillers hand selects only the finest and rarest whiskeys available to him and then carefully blends them to create each annual vintage Midleton Very Rare release. Only a limited number of bottles of this unique Irish whiskey are released each year. Become part of the Midleton Very Rare legacy by recording your individually numbered bottle of the Midleton Very Rare vintage release at MidletonVeryRare.com.
My God, that's sweet candy.
Yeah, the nose is wonderful and the palate's
like
even
orchard fruits, like pears and.
I was hoping. I thought there were some.
Oh my, that is amazing.
Yeah,
and that's just the nose. Delightful, candied sweet with orchard fruits. Like I want to say pear.
I thought pear myself. Definitely like a.
Yeah, it's a candied pear, candied apple. You ever had a caramel?
Yeah,
caramel apple.
Caramel, yeah, caramel. If any candy, definitely like a caramel. Not like a honey. Yeah,
I'm not getting any honey.
Like a caramel pear. I think that is perfect.
Well, yeah, I think we better just give this a little bit of a taste.
Fair enough.
And forgive the light show. We're doing 2 podcasts at once.
And a nice, not a cinnamon burn, but
no.
It's a spiced burn at the end.
Yeah, it's your typical Irish kind of minty spice at the end there. There's a little bit of but not very heavy.
Oh.
The beginning is very oily, very viscousy,
very oily, yes.
Very smooth initially. There's no burn in your chest, in your throat, just a little on the back of your tongue. This is good stuff.
Yeah, this is very nice.
Now, they're from the same distillery. Dare I say, better than that one, in my opinion. The Jameson 18. This one, the nose and palate are both just soft and now, I know a lot of people don't like this when they talk about their whiskeys, but the personality to this whiskey is downright feminine.
Yeah,
it's so light and airy, and this is one that I would like if I was going to introduce perhaps a lady friend in your life that hasn't really tried Irish whiskey. This one would actually work because it's so light.
The burn at the end might offset that a little bit. There are lighter expressions, but this is
the nose is definitely
Yeah, I love this one. It's much harsher. It's a lot smoother on the front, and it's a lot harsher on the back than the initial taste.
God, that's amazing.
Leads you into thinking.
That's an amazing nose.
I wish I knew the age statement or the limited release year of the one I tried in Lincoln several years ago, but it was obviously not 2019, and that one had a lot harsher burn, so this one's a lot lighter compared. I'm guessing that was probably like a 2016 release.
Yeah, this one was bottled in 2019, and it's a blend, so who's to say it's probably all over the place. So I'm guessing
There's
a lot of the nose we're getting from the younger whiskeys, and a lot of the palate we're getting from the older whiskeys.
I think it's. I want to say the youngest is maybe 12. I think they stay fairly elder in the age statement for what they use to blend. But
that is
I
exceptional.
love it.
Like in terms of nose, it's a 5-star nose. Like that's you can't even deny
No, it's
that.
a great nose. It's sweet. It's fruity. It's perfect.
All right, so let us begin the grading process, sir.
All right.
So, as we're going to go on a couple of different metrics here, as an Irish whiskey, obviously, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit, and then the shelving. And then a secret question, which I don't think is so secret anymore, but we'll get there. As an Irish whiskey.
This is a 5-star Irish whiskey. There's no way around it. It's approachable. It's smooth. It's great on the nose, and the finish. It gives you what you expect out of an Irish whiskey, but it's not overpowering in any way. It's so mellow, and it invites you to come back.
Now that I've gotten past the first few tastes, that burn on the back isn't quite there as hard.
Mm-hmm.
It really becomes more approachable with each sip. As an Irish, yeah, this is the best Irish whiskey I've ever had. I'm gonna have to give this a 5. This is ascendant. Now, gotta say, I mean, your Napogue, that's there too. That's in contention, but this is number 1, and it's the first thing from the Midleton Distillery that's topped this particular.
For you, yeah,
yeah, because I like this even over the 18. I'm really a big fan of this, but oh boy! All right, as a whiskey, Tony, this is putting it up against all the bourbons, scotches, all the varying American whiskeys, and all that.
I would give this a 4.5.
All right, why is that?
Because this isn't something I would ever even remotely consider mixing with anything. Not that you couldn't do it. I just don't think the end result would be as good as you might think. It's got such a nice flavor profile already. Introducing other things like pop or juice to that it wouldn't be nearly as delightful as you might expect with such a nice taste. So it's not it wouldn't make a great mixer, I don't think. And I think this would be great on the rocks. I think this would be good cut with just a little bit of water. It's obviously great neat. So only 4.5. I could go higher though.
As a whiskey, I'm gonna go 4.25 because yes, I wouldn't cocktail this.
No.
You could.
Should you?
You could. I mean,
shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't be, and we'll get to that reason why here in a little bit, but you certainly could. Like, imagine, oh man, I'm trying to imagine all kinds of stuff I could do with this, but you shouldn't.
Good.
But now we move on to cask-aged spirit, and there's going to be another use for this that we've injected into this podcast before, and that is cooking. This just 1, maybe 2 ounces of this in a ham or a brisket.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, this would really enhance some flavors in there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And not too much, just maybe 1 ounce at most. And
yeah, I can see that.
so because of that, I am going to give it as a cask-aged spirit 4.5. So above its whiskey grade even.
I'm gonna say 4.25. No, you know what? 4.5. I got to stick with 4.5.
All right.
I think the fact that it is blended does automatically take it away from that 5 range.
For me, never
it doesn't
necessarily.
have to, but the fact that the blending is this masterful, that for me puts it easily 4.5. Yep, definitely.
Okay. But to me, a blended can be 5-star.
It can.
That's never something that holds me back, but it just depends. Now, shelving.
Top.
Yeah. That doesn't even really take any dispute there. Now, when this bottle runs empty, Tony, this is the secret question. Will you seek to replace it? Now, we need to know, what did you pay for this bottle?
This was surprisingly lower than I've seen it other places. This came in at $180.
$180 US in this year of our Lord 2020 for this amazing bottle of Irish whiskey. And now, considering the price, I do understand why the nose is so vibrant now, why the palate is so specific, and it is like, it's like a perfect example of an Irish whiskey like turned up to 12, like 11 or 12. Like it's just got everything you would hope for.
Yeah, sure.
And so that's why, yes, it'll definitely be on my top shelf. But in terms of trying to find a bottle of this,
it's out there.
$180 for one of these. Now that I've had one, I think if I'm on the hunt for something new, or I'm on the hunt for an exclusive gift, I think this one would be one that I'd look for.
Okay.
This one is, if you know somebody who really loves Irish whiskey, this would be the quintessential gift to get them.
Yeah,
the Midleton Very Rare, the pinnacle of Irish whiskey, as they say, folks. And I really can't. I'm boggling my mind to think of a better Irish whiskey I've had, and I can't get there. I've had other whiskeys that could, swing in this weight class, but not from Ireland. Okay. So,
for me, I think, before specifically looking for one of these, which is crazy to say because I love this 2019 release, I think I would love to first kind of go through other year releases that would be different in an offering, just to see how they stack up. So I would love to get another one of these if it came to it, but I'd love to see in 18 or 17, like 2020. I'd love to see each release as it comes year after year, because it's such a nice blend.
I think if I did want to go for one of these, I would, just me personally, would go for a different year.
Yeah.
Just because, why not? But yes, if there's somebody that you knew in your life who just really loved Irish whiskey and you really wanted to impress them, the Midleton Very Rare would do very, very well. So, Tony, any last things you'd like to say to the people?
No, this is just one of those bottles that just warms my heart.
Well, it's kind of warmed my insides too, just a little bit. It's some fine whiskey here, and one that I would recommend to the people out there. Now, it's going to be a spendy one, but you gotta treat yourself once in a while. So, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, this has been our review of Midleton Very Rare, an amazing Irish whiskey. So, folks, raise a glass of whatever it is you have at home. And if you're drinking with us, enjoy that as well. Like, share, subscribe to K.O.E. Nation. I am your Camp Extreme Phil, K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
Later.